You just got your first paycheck. Seriously, congratulations. But here's the scary truth. Most Americans spend that paycheck within 2 weeks and end up with nothing to show for it. And look, that's not because they're bad with money. Nobody really teaches this stuff. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to budget your first paycheck step by step so your money actually works for you instead of just disappearing every month. And stick around until the end, because step 4 is the one most people completely miss, and honestly, it costs them thousands every year. Welcome to StackedCents, the channel where we help everyday Americans build real wealth one smart decision at a time. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we drop new money tips every single week. All right, let's jump right into it. Step 1, know your actual take-home pay first things first. When you get a paycheck, there are really 2 different numbers you need to pay attention to. The first is your gross pay. That's the number your employer says you make before anything gets taken out. The second is your net pay. That's the money that actually lands in your bank account after taxes. And here's the thing, you should always budget based on your net pay, not your gross pay. For example, if you make $3,500 a month gross after federal taxes, state taxes, and Social Security, you might actually take home around $2,700 to $2,900. That's a pretty big difference, and when you're deciding where your money is going every month, that difference matters a lot. So here's a quick action step. Open your bank app right now and find the exact amount that landed in your account. That's your real starting point. That's the number your budget should be built around. Step 2, use the 50-30-20 rule. Now that you know your actual take-home pay, let's talk about one of the simplest budgeting systems out there. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. And honestly, it works for just about anyone, no matter how much money they're making. Here's how it breaks down. 50% of your paycheck goes to needs. We're talking about things like rent, groceries, utilities, transportation, and minimum debt payments, basically the stuff you have to pay for. Then 30% goes to wants, things like eating out, Netflix, shopping, concerts, or travel. And yes, you're allowed to enjoy your money. Budgeting isn't about making yourself miserable. The last 20% goes to savings and investments. This is the wealth building category. Your emergency fund, Roth IRA, index funds. We'll talk about all of those in future videos. Let's put some real numbers on this. Say you take home $2,800 a month, $1,400 goes to needs, $840 goes to wants, and $560 goes to savings and investments. That's it. Simple, clear, and incredibly effective. Step 3, build your emergency fund. First, before you invest a single dollar, or D, before you buy anything extra, you need an emergency fund. Real talk. This is non-negotiable. An emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of your basic living expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account, untouched, only for real emergencies. Why? Because life happens. Your car breaks down, you lose your job. A medical bill shows up out of nowhere. Without an emergency fund, you end up going into debt every single time something unexpected happens. With one, you deal with the problem and move on. That's a huge difference. And don't feel like you need to save thousands overnight. Start small. Even $500 is a start. Then build to $1,000. Then keep going until you have 3 months of expenses saved up. As for where to keep it, the best place is usually a high yield savings account. In 2026, many of these are paying 4 to 5% interest, which is way better than a regular checking account that's paying almost nothing. Step 4, pay yourself first. All right, here it is, the step most people skip, the one that quietly costs them thousands every year. Most people do the same thing. They pay their bills first. Then they buy the things they want. Then they try to save whatever is left over. The problem? Nothing is ever left over. There's always another expense, another subscription, another reason to spend. So here's the solution. Flip the entire process around. The moment your paycheck hits your account, automatically move your savings out first. Before you pay anything else, set up an automatic transfer on payday to a separate savings account. Even if it's only $50 or $100 to start, the amount matters less than building the habit. Because what you don't see, you don't spend. And honestly, this one habit alone separates people who build wealth from people who stay broke, no matter how much money they make. Warren Buffett said it perfectly. Do not save what is left after spending. Spend what is left after saving. If you remember only one thing from this video, make it this step. Step 5, track every dollar. For 30 days, the final step is awareness, and this is where things get really interesting. For the next 30 days, track every single dollar you spend, every coffee, every Uber, every Amazon purchase, everything. You can use free apps like Mint or YNAB, or honestly, even a simple Google spreadsheet works fine. Most people who do this for the first time are shocked by what they find. They realize they're spending $300 a month on food they didn't even notice, or $150 on subscriptions they completely forgot they were paying for. And once you see where your money is actually going, you can start making better decisions. That's why awareness is the foundation of every financial transformation. You cannot fix what you cannot see. So there you have it. 5 steps to budget your first paycheck like a pro. Step 1, know your actual take-home pay. Step 2, use the 50-30-20 rule. Step 3, build your emergency fund first. Step 4, pay yourself first automatically. Step 5, track every dollar for 30 days. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to StackedCents, because next week we're covering how to start investing with just $100, even if you're a complete beginner. And drop a comment below. What's the biggest money challenge you're facing right now? I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Stay stacked.